part one for 3A was big. I told you I went over. I apologize. 13 minutes, a little longer than I want, but I'm going to try and get this one condensed down. We're going to finish up vision, get into audition for part two of 3A. All right, sensation and perception. 3A obviously is sensation. All right, we talked about the trichromatic theory at the end of the last one. Young and Helmholtz are the scientists who focus on this theory, and they say basically you have three color receptors in your eye, red, blue, and green, which basically can make all the colors, okay? And so that is their theory of how we see different colors. These three attributes to describe color: hue, brightness, and saturation. Again, not too much on the AP test about that, but please be aware of it just in case, okay? Subtractive color mixing. This, again, you're going to have to, I'm not going to go into this, it takes too much time and detail to elaborate on, but please understand, you get the colors by by subtracting wavelengths of light. Okay, again, it's pretty complex. Yellow, blue equals green, blue and red equal purple. If you want a good explanation, please watch this video. It makes it more understandable because it subtracts wavelengths of light to give you color. That's why when you do all three of this, blue, yellow, and red, or blue, yellow, and purple here, cyan, you get black. You created black with three colors. That's it, period. It's pretty cool. All right, additive color. Oh, I want to get rid of that thing. How do I get rid of that mark here? Here it goes. Additive color mixing by combining beams of light. You're not subtracting light, you're adding light. You can get red, blue, and green can create every color. So when you add red, blue, or green light, you get white. So deep. Oh, they took my video away. If you get a chance, just Google additive color mixing. I'll try and update this later, okay? Now this one will kind of summarize it for you. This is subtractive. Subtractive wavelengths of light give you the colors here. Additive, blue, red, green, all in the same spot, give you white. Color blindness, 74, you should be able to see that. If you don't, you probably have some cone disorders. Then you have a degree of color blindness here. Opponent process theory, trichromatic theory, part 2, helps to explain after images. When you were staring at that flag, all right, the colors of the flag, the blues, etc., the burnt after image shows you the opposite color. Some more on color and context. Check these out. This one still works. Yeah. And seeing or perceiving. A couple more good videos. Check them out if you get a chance. Now we're on to hearing. Audition is a sense of hearing. Audition, audio. Think about that. Audio, audition, hearing. Frequency, the number of complete wavelengths that pass a point at a given time, measured in hertz. The human ear can only hear between 20 and 20,000. So it doesn't matter what kind of stereo you get. After a certain level, your ear can't tell the difference. Pitch is a highness or lowness. It depends on the frequency, as I mentioned before. Decibels is how you measure the intensity of sound, how loud something is. All right, how loud something is, measured in decibels. Decibels in this chart gives you a good idea of that. Outer ear, middle ear is a general construction. Take a look at this chart when you get a chance. It'll go into more support of what I'm about to talk about here. The middle ear. Outer ear focuses all that sound. You see my big old ear here? It's pretty big. It focuses all that sound energy into the middle ear, where you have basically a little drum set in there. Bones, hard bones, has the hammer, anvil, and stirrup. They concentrate vibrations of the eardrum on the cochlea's oval window. The innermost part of the ear containing the cochlea, semicircular canals, the vestibular sacs, and the cochlea. This is where transduction takes place for hearing. That change from sound energy, wavelength, air pressure into a neural message takes place in the cochlea. It's a little spinny shell-looking thing with little hairs that trigger nerve impulses. All right, place theory of hearing tries to explain high-pitched sounds. All right, it's where it affects the cochlea. Frequency theory asserts no activity is coded in terms of the rate rather than the place. Tries to explain low-pitched frequencies. And then volley theory or principle that sound fires and volleys that are correlated with the frequency of the sound explains mid-range pitch. All right, conductive hearing loss versus sensorineural hearing loss. Both are loss of hearing. However, conductive hearing loss is easier to correct than sensorineural hearing loss. Conductive hearing loss is when there's damage to the middle ear or the mechanical system in the middle ear. Sensorineural hearing loss is damaged hearing in the cochlea. Much more complex, neural. Has a lower chance of being fixed, but technology is definitely addressing that, and we can do a much better job of fixing sensorineural hearing loss today. This could be blocked out too. I don't know. All right. The older you get, you lose high frequencies. If you listen to subwoofers a lot, like I did when I was young, you lose hearing quicker. Okay? And here's an example of that. All right, skin. All right. Pressure is the only skin sensation that has identifiable receptors. But you can also feel warmth, cold, and pain. But interesting about pain is simply just pressure intensified by triggering more neurons firing. Gate control theory. This is always on the AP test. They love this. The theory that a spinal cord contains a neurological gate that blocks pain signals or allows them to pass onto the brain. So in the spinal cord, it's basically open, you feel pain, close, no pain. The gate opened by the activity of pain signals traveling up to small nerve fibers. The gate is closed by activity in large fibers or by information coming from the brain. You can close this gate mentally, like monks. They meditate and they can control. I mean, you can hit them in the arm with a 2x4 and they can just sit there and take it. They don't feel it. They can meditate and mentally close the gate. People who are involved in boxing or a sport, they can block the pain temporarily, and then when it's done, they feel the pain. It opens that gate back up. All right, some more information on the gate control theory. Check this out right here and go through it step by step. Acupuncture is another way to target pain, popular in Eastern cultures and gaining popularity in the United States and Western cultures is acupuncture. Pain, using virtual stimulation to change perception by closing that gate by using other means to divert the attention of the victim. Taste, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami is a new one. Okay, check it out. Sensory interaction is key in taste. Of course, with the COVID pandemic, we know that some people, including my wife, lost her taste and smell. They're linked. That's why. Taste and smell interact all the time. Sensory interaction says one sense may influence another. If a meal looks good, it's going to taste pretty good usually. If it looks like a big mash of mush, it's not going to taste good. Sensory interaction. Smell, direct. This is bottom-up processing. It goes straight from the olfactory bulb into the brain. It's very basic. All right, body movement and kinetics, kinesthesis. Kinesthesis is how we sense the position of our body. All right, I know I'm touching my nose right now. I know it. I can feel it. My head, my chin. All right, it's how we monitor where our body is. These receptors are located in the joints and the muscles. Your vestibular sense is controlled in your ear and your cerebellum. In your semicircular canals and vestibular sacs, there's fluid. And that transduced message communicates with your cerebellum for balance. That's incredible what gymnasts do. Vertigo. People will sometimes get it. It's a problem with the inner ear, causes dizziness. And I think I did it. 10 minutes are left. Sensation, a big one. 3-8, part 2. We'll carry on next time. Mr. Gallagher out.